fat bombs.
Okay, doke.
Okay.
Let's do that again.
Without the burp.
Or the with a quickie. No burp, no porno version. How's that sound? All right. And we're going to do that in 3, 2.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of A Quickie with Miss B.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, freak.
Don't listen to John. Today is Thursday. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to talk about scenes from movies because all this week we're talking about, no, that's funny. Yes. So, of course, I got to bring this one up because that infamous scene, was it Harry Met Sally, where they're in the restaurant and she's explaining the whole...
I'll have what she's having.
The fake orgasm at the table. And the old lady, I'll have what she's having. That to me is just funny. It was like the best one ever. Best scene out of that movie. Yep.
Definitely. I forget how she set it up. I think she set it up as she could fake it or whatever. Yeah, sure. Yep. I'd know. I don't think you would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. No, you wouldn't. Yeah, I would. And then, bam! And I gotta admit, she did a good job.
Did it. She did a really good job.
She did a really, really good job.
You gotta wonder sometimes when they're filming how many takes that they have to do to get those scenes. I can't imagine.
There was quite a few in Deadpool that I thought were pretty good.
Oh yes.
Deadpool.
Did you tell?
They had quite a few good ones there. And then I don't know how I wound up watching this movie or who in the world came up with this stupid movie. But it was late at night, and it's one of those nights where, you get out of bed because the bed's not feeling that great.
Yep.
Old age is set in, and you go downstairs, you're sitting on the couch, and I don't know, you're not having a good job, falling asleep there either. So you're just sitting there, so you turn on the tube, see what's on, and all of a sudden I see this stupid bear. And the only reason it stayed on was because the bear, totally, told off this guy. And I'm
the bear was talking?
I'm like, what is this? And it's this bear, with an accent. He's like, then all of a sudden you realize that's Mark Wahlberg. Or whatever. And it's like Mark Wahlberg's getting told off by a bear. And I'm like, what is this? I don't even know the name of the movie, but...
Was it Teddy? No.
It might be. I don't know. There was a stuffed bear.
Yeah.
It started wanting to get jiggy with his girlfriend. That was when it was kind of funny. I was like, what? Who came up with this stupid movie? A stuffed teddy bear tries to get down with Mark Wahlberg's girlfriend. Who, by the way, was pretty attractive in the movie. You're like, it's a bear.
Oh, yeah, it was. It's Ted. Ted was his name.
All right. It was rather, there were some comical moments in there that I thought were a little funny. I was like, all right, there's a bear hitting on a hot chick from Boston. Okay. All right, somebody came up with that idea. There you go. And the worst part was it seemed like Mark Wahlberg was cool with the bear talking to him. I think I would never have gotten past that. I would never have got past the part of the bear talking to me because, yeah, not that that's freaky or anything.
Well, what about with the time when they're sitting on the couch talking to one another, having a beer? Like, that's not normal.
Yeah, those are those special moments. And then, of course, I got to quote a great movie of all time, even
Yeah.
though I can't stand the idiot in it. But Dumb and Dumber, the toilet scene. Oh my heavens!
Oh.
Wow!
Yuck.
When those two legs hit the air and it's that high pitched whine, he has. Okay, that was. And then when she's like, "Okay, don't flush the toilet, okay?" And all of a sudden, that's it. Toilet's destroyed. Not only did he destroy it, it's also broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's opening the window, trying to hand fan the most horrific smell out, like that's gonna do anything. Yeah, that was.
That's just wrong.
Yeah, that was a funny little moment.
No, it was crappy. It was really, really crappy. Yuck. And on that note, let's go take a potty break.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to A Quickie with Miss B. If you missed the first half of the episode, please go back and check that out, or go the rest of them from the previous week if you missed those as well.
Almost a decent recovery, but not that great.
Yeah.
You're staring. What are you looking? You're staring. Squirrels.
Pigeon.
Oh my! What is it, like a wildlife sanctuary outside your window that you just can't keep your eyes off of? What's going on?
Welcome.
She's being hunted by groundhog. No joke, people. She was hunted by a groundhog.
I was hunted by a groundhog.
She's been chastised by peckers, hunted by a groundhog. Her neighbor keeps realizing she's staring at him. Now there's a pigeon and a squirrel that was rubbing the front portion of his fur. It was annoying her a little that he was, being so forefront.
Well, he was itching his thing. His thing.
You don't even know it was a boy squirrel.
I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna say his thing.
So what do you have? So you're a flick you wanted to talk about.
Oh, this one was called The Hangover. I know it's not your favorite, but I thought that was kind of funny when they're all like passed out in the hotel room and then they slowly start coming to and then they realize that there's a tiger in their room. I mean, like, who does that? Where do you get a tiger and how do you get him up in the room? Hold the elevator, please. I just thought that part was funny.
Taking my cat for a walk. Oh, that's not a cat. Now, did you ever watch The Jerk?
I don't think I did, or if I did, I don't.
You actually would laugh your butt. This would be a start to finish laugh ride for you. The Jerk. Steve Martin, The Jerk. But he breaks up with Bernadette Peters, and everything's gone bad for him. He's invented this glasses thing that ends up being really bad, and he goes bankrupt. So after they break up and all that, he decides he's leaving. Yeah. And he doesn't need anything. I don't need anything. I don't need you. I don't need anything from anybody. I don't need anything except for this spoon. Just me and this spoon and this cup. Me, this spoon, and this cup. And these scissors. Me, this spoon, this cup, and these scissors. And this hat. Me, this spoon, this cup, these scissors, and this hat. And that chair. And then he goes back through and he repeats everything as like, and this stool. And this slipper. Just this slipper. And these scissors. This hat. That table. This chair. And this spoon. And this cup. And he ends up walking down the street with his pants half down with all those things just hanging off him. That's all he needs in the whole wide world. That was a really good scene. And do you remember Vacation?
Yes.
National Lampoon's Vacation. One of the scenes I thought was the best was kind of subtle. It was kind of subtle. He's the Lamborghini or Ferrari, whatever it is, already gone by. Miss Hottie's in there, and he wrecks the car and all that stuff. Everything goes wrong, and then finally they wind up at the hotel, and there she is right there, and he's sitting out there watching, and he's got his sandwich in his hands, and he's slapping himself in the face with the sandwich, being all silly. And he takes a big bite, and someone says, "Oh man, the dog peed on the sandwiches," and it all just pours out of his mouth. That was a good scene. I like that. That was a funny one. Those are the ones I like.
I liked the second Hangover that they did too. They had a monkey in there, and the monkey would be smoking cigarettes. I don't know why, but that just cracks me up.
I don't know why.
Why would you have a monkey smoking a cigarette?
I don't know why. I never understood. I never understood the Hangover. I don't know. There are people that will swear to the moon and the stars. Oh God, I can watch it and I can have a chuckle and a chuckle, and I'm like, why does Mike Tyson have a tiger? I don't get it. And then why did he tear? Why are you pulling your tooth out? First of all, everything's weird because you find out this whole slew of things at the end when they're like showing pictures of a guy ripping his tooth out. It's just a picture though. You're like, that's the explanation? I don't get it.
Pretty good.
I don't get it. It's okay. Yeah. That it just was one of those. That one wasn't for me.
Yeah. See, now everybody raves about Office Space, and that one wasn't for me. If I want that, I would go back to Cube City.
I actually didn't like Office Space either. I mean, I have people, they'll be quoting going, "Dude, you don't know what we're talking about?" No. Office Space. Well, that explains a whole lot because I didn't like it, so I didn't watch it.
Well, the one funny part that I had that I will give props to is when his red stapler. And he was so protective of that red stapler.
I would leave the giggle with you, but I don't know what the red stapler is.
He was just obsessed with the stapler.
But I do recall a fella who had a moment in his tuxedo when his veins went over his frags, and something about Mary.
The hair gel.
You want help? No, don't tug it. How did you get the beans over the frags? Beans and frags. Yeah, like, oh. Yeah, that was yeah.
And Granny's dog was funny too.
The only thing that was the whole movie was pretty good, except for there was one terror scene. There was one scene that if I never ever have to see that scene again, it'll be okay with me. And that was when Granny took her shirt off. Now, talk about awkward. I believe, if I'm correct, because the moment's kind of a blur, I think I kind of didn't like squeal, but screamed like a girl. I was like, "Ah! No!" Those were like, I don't know, 2 tube socks with change in them. Dehydrated in the Florida sun. No, that was a horrific, horrible thing to do to anybody.
Oh, and on that note, I think I need to go to the ATM so I can get some money out to go get some cocktails.